how to get more PR and how this method worked for me unexpectedly recently. A lot of people, especially early on content creators, will ask me, how do I get more PR? This is a common question. Like, what is the method? What is the secret? How do I do it? And I always say the same thing. My best piece of advice is to not rely on the apps. Please, if you know me and you've watched any of my content, you know how much I hate creator apps that promise tons of PR from brands. Primarily not because I have a problem with creators getting a ton of PR. My problem lies with the fact that those apps make creators sign a user agreement that is typically so outlandish. I know that some people still use that, and that's completely fine if that's part of your journey. But for me, I really push creators to focus on creating content and becoming actual brand champions. That means really focusing in hard on yelling from the rooftops in organic content about a brand. And I'm going to give you an example that happened to me recently. While I'm not a beauty content creator, I am a content creator who talks about beauty. So I don't typically expect that brands are going to send me PR, nor is it on my goals of things to do. But when this PR arrived and when I got the offer to receive the PR, I had a light bulb moment that I had essentially executed what I tell creators to do all the time. I am a press-on nails stan, okay? As a mom and a busy lady who really likes to have their nails done, likes to be up on the trends, I do not have the time or the budget any longer to be going to the nail salon anymore. In Manhattan, to get Gel X and just a color will run you $100 easy, so easily. And to do that every 2 weeks because my nails grow so quickly, it's just that's not in the budget these days, not to mention you're then there for 2 hours. So I converted to press-ons, I would say about sometime early this year. And towards the beginning of the year, I ended up discovering a company called Paint Lab. I've been talking about them for a long time.
And not just any press-ons, but these ones by Paint Lab.
I discovered the brand at Walmart. When I'm at my house in Pennsylvania, I frequently shop at Walmart.
Do you guys hang out at Walmart? What? I've always heard that people hang out at Walmart.
Why?
I don't know.
What is Walmart? It's they sell wall stuff?
Because they have everything and the prices are great. And the beauty section is phenomenal. Anybody not shopping at the Walmart beauty section is absolutely missing out. So I ended up finding them, trying them, and loving them. There are 3 brands I continue to go back to all the time. I talk about them very frequently, and Paint Lab is one of them. I have purchased probably 12 sets, if not more, from them. I've talked about them and linked them on TikTok Shop. I've mentioned them on Threads before when other of my friends have said I've wanted to start trying press-ons. What do people recommend? I always tag them. I've put them in my stories before. We're talking, they've been in multiple places in different styles of content. And they've DM'd me before being thanks so much, this is great, whatever else. And I did get gifting one other time through TikTok Shop. So I requested a sample because I know I wear them all the time. And I created content around that. I think I sold a few. The point is that throughout all of this, I continue to purchase them, continue to wear them, continue to talk about them because number 1, press-on nails are part of my brand at this point. Number 2, I really do like them. They are a good price point. The styles and nail art are always edgy, very forward. So if I want to feel very cool, I typically put on their press-ons. What happened recently was they just sent me a DM out of nowhere. I hadn't tagged them in a little bit, but they were watching. And this is what I always tell content creators. People on the other end are watching. They see you. And maybe this doesn't apply as much to massive brands like a MAC or a NARS, but when it comes to kind of mid-scale brands, Cali Ray, for example, About Face, brands where probably the internal team is less than 10, you're being seen. People see the content. Even if they're not engaging with it all the time, they may not be saying it, they see your content and they recognize that you are repetitively mentioning them. They know that you exist. They know that you're out there. Okay, holy shiz, this Cali Ray blush is it is so pigmented. They know that you exist. Okay, they know. They're watching. If they are a medium-sized brand, they see you. And that's exactly what happened with Paint Lab. They saw that after a couple months that I had been religiously featuring them in content, tagging them on threads, you know, just like regular, like, I like this product, I'm going to tell people about it. I use this product, I'm going to tag it. They ended up DMing me and they said, we'd love to send you a package. And I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. I'd love to get a package. I talk about your brand all the time, which clearly they already knew. These are all brand new press-on sets from Paint Lab. But actually, what I came here to talk about was how they sent me PR. And it ended up coming last week. I opened it up and the note, thank you for always showing Paint Lab so much love and support. We appreciate you a ton. The note was so cute because they literally mentioned how they see how much I mentioned the brand. So it was just came full circle that I found a brand that I organically liked. Yeah, let's just break that down. So this came full circle, right? Step one, I found a brand that resonated with me and my needs that I speak about all the time. I like that brand. I've used that brand. I've purchased that brand. In addition to that, I've created content that features the brand, links to the brand, and comments to others how I trust this brand. Consistently, over time. This isn't a daily thing. You know, we're talking maybe one time a month for several months, sometimes a little bit more than that. The brand took notice. We started being friendly in DMs, just, you know, they would heart. I would say, thanks so much. I really love it. We're so glad that you love our product. And then they asked if I wanted PR. And that is how you get PR. Organic content meets intentional spreading of the good word that you love this brand, meets the brand notices you and you're friendly, circles all the way down to you get PR. If you are wondering how to get PR without being on the icky apps that I absolutely hate, that is the method. There is a subject that I had at the top of my list to discuss today, and that is hackers. Recently, if you have seen, Glamzilla, among multiple other people that I am actually personally friends with, have had issues with hackers taking over their account. And this is not just on TikTok, it is on Instagram as well. And there is nothing more disheartening than watching all the work that someone has done disappear. Not to mention, like, unless you're Glamzilla, who is able to probably get a direct connect to Instagram due to her large following, you may not get any support, right? I recently had a friend who has about 50,000 on TikTok have an issue with people hacking into her account. She cannot get in touch with anybody over at Instagram. The agency isn't able to help her. Like, truly, she's just a sitting duck trying to figure it out for herself. And that's how it typically goes because there are just so many accounts that the apps just can't offer quality service for everyone. Let's go ahead and discuss how to avoid this scenario happening to you by doing a few key things with your account. I have noticed some people on TikTok starting to create backup accounts. I really don't think that that's the way to go. There are way easier ways to protect your account online besides trying to have a completely separate account because, as you guys know, it's nearly impossible to build a following on two accounts that's like really strong and well trusted. I just recommend taking the appropriate steps to protect the account that you have right now. I do think that being hacked is maybe a little bit more common over on TikTok, specifically with like TikTok shop and making money. Also, if your name is in the press, you're likely more of a target. So pretty much the bigger you get, the more likely you are to be a target for a hacker to take over your account. We don't want that to happen, so let's just follow these simple steps, both on TikTok and Instagram, to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Step one in making sure that your accounts on social are protected from any hacking activity is to download an app called Authenticator. There are multiple styles of app like this. This is just the one that I use. When you open up Authenticator, it is going to sync to something personalized for you, an email, a phone. You're going to set up your account there. Now, it is going to be Face ID, so that's why it wouldn't open up before. Face ID, authenticated. It can hold your passwords in here. You can have a verified ID, which is like your driver's license. There's a lot that you can do in here, but one thing that it can do is create something called a key, which is a unique set of numbers that you type in when prompted, either on social media or elsewhere. It is essentially a super password, if you will, that changes when prompted. So the only way for you to get the password is to open this up, prompt them to get the key, and put it in as you log in. So if you do this, no one will be getting into your account because they have to also break into your authenticator, which is extremely difficult. And that is, I think, a surefire way to make sure that you never get hacked, is to sync your authenticator to your TikTok and Instagram account. I have mine also synced to my Facebook account. Keep it locked up. If you don't want to do Authenticator, or it feels like you don't really understand it, there are other methods that I'm going to show you right now. You need to open up your TikTok account, go to your profile, and then you're going to hit the hamburger sandwich on the upper right hand corner right here. You're going to tap that, and then the bottom pop-up is going to come up. You're going to go into settings and privacy. From there, you want to go into security and permissions, and you want to go through each one of these areas. There is security alerts, manage devices, two-step verification, save login info, and then income and verification. That's for TikTok Shop. Under permissions, there's apps and services permissions, and then browser settings. Now, security alerts, once you tap into it, will tell you if anybody has attempted to hack into your account. If somebody has attempted to hack into your account and it shows up here, change your password immediately. Mine says no security alerts, account activity over the past 77 days, no security issues found. I'm safe. And then it also says manage your logged in devices. So these are devices that I'm currently logged in on. I work with a team on my social account, so I will always have more than one of these logged in. You should just have one, or whoever is logged into your account should be shown here. Okay, manage devices. This will show you all the logins into your account. If someone is trying to hack, or you see devices here that are not your own in locations that are not where you are located, you need to be aware and probably go ahead and change your password. So this shows all of the logins to my account. No issues there. Next is two-step verification. You need to have this on. You need to have the toggle on. So when you go into it, it says two-step verification is on. Mine is on. Turning this on will require an additional verification code when you log in from an untrusted device. So that means that every time I've shared my login with someone for, social media management or help, it sends me a text to my cell phone when they're trying to log in with a security key that I have to send to them. They're not able to log in without that security key. If you get one of those alerts to your phone, do not answer it. Do not share the security code with anybody unless you know for a fact someone is logging into your account that you want to be logged into your account. I also get an email. You'll receive an email verification code. Then it has a section called Authenticator. Again, this is where if you download that original app, you can turn on the authenticator, and it says install an app to generate your verification code. This is like, again, it's like getting into a prison essentially. If you have the authenticator on, like no one is hacking your account. And of course, password lock on, and then manage trusted devices. So you can go in here and I can see all the devices that have logged into my account. If anything seems fishy there, it gives you the option to delete it. And there's apps and service permissions. This is a very important one to get into. I'm just going to show it to you right now. Apps and services permissions. This is any app that you've allowed back-end access to your account. So I have Buffer, that's a social media management tool. I don't post to them anymore, so I could technically delete it. Remove access. Remove. So anyone that you're giving access to gets all of your data. So if you're not actively using an app that's listed here, you might want to remove it. So there you have it. This is on TikTok, the security and permissions area. Please go through this carefully and make sure your account is all locked up nice and tight. No hackers here, my friends. I had the absolute pleasure of going to a really incredible beauty industry event. I went to the Allure Best of Beauty Awards event. So they have the Best of Beauty awards every single year. And then just more recently, I'm not entirely sure how many years they've been doing this. I want to say about 3. They turned the awards into a live pop-up event in New York. So I purchased tickets to this, I think back in February. I purchased a VIP ticket, which I believe was about $299. Absolutely worth it. If you're considering going to an event like this, no matter if that's Sephora or some of the other events that pop up around the city and in other cities, if you can afford the VIP ticket, please do it, because you get so many extra perks that end up being way worth it in the end. I was lucky enough to be able to meet up with some of the East Coast members of Lip Service. One of them is one of my mentorship clients, Courtney. Kaylee, a past mentorship client, current High Gloss member, and Lip Service member since I launched. And then Aaliyah, also a Lip Service member, who is a makeup artist and owns a beauty brand called Havoc Cosmetics. She recently launched a collaboration with another Lip Service member, Amanda. And so yeah, we were all already planning on buying these tickets. All of us went for the VIP ticket and we all met there. It is so fun to take your online friends and meet them IRL. Like, I highly recommend that no matter where you live, whether it's meeting up with other content creators or meeting up with people who follow you that just happen to be in the same town, do it. It's like only awkward for a heartbeat, but like even then, like with these girlies, it was not awkward at all because we chat so frequently that was literally just like seeing a long lost friend, and everybody's hugging. You're so excited. And as you know, going to events can be a little bit overwhelming, but when you go with somebody that you know, it's so much better. We were able to take content of each other and laugh. We did drinks and food afterwards. It was just a ball. We had such a good time. The event itself was very well organized, very cute. There were stations from The Ordinary, Rare Beauty, Pat McGrath Lab. We were able to see one live demo event, and we all RSVP'd, of course, for the mother, the queen, the Dame Pat McGrath. I've seen her at many events, but this was the first one where I really got to see her doing makeup live. And it was really, really cool. I have to say, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not rooted in artistry, but this was a very cool thing to witness. We were in the second row and she, showed us the new, I think, Mothership or Starship palette for the holidays. We ran into Danessa Myricks. I interviewed her for TikTok. I'm sure you guys will see that pop up.
Hi, how are you? I'm well, how are you? I was wondering if I can ask you a question for TikTok. Okay, so we are here with the Danessa.
Damn it.
I will just ask you one question.
Okay.
What is the one piece of advice you want beauty creators and makeup artists to know from you?
Ooh, well, I mean, I think I answer this the same way all the time. I just want people to remain true to who they are. This is an industry of so much diversity, so much creativity, and sometimes it gets distracting. See something going on to the left and the right, and you want that to be you, but the magic is in what you uniquely have. So I would just say stay true to you. That's the main thing.
Beautiful answer. I find so much joy in this industry.
And what a joy. I've again seen her at so many events, met her briefly. I actually interviewed her sister one time at the makeup show.
I'm actually Danessa Myrick's baby sister.
Oh my goodness, you must be so proud.
Yes, I am. I'm glad that I finally got to come to one, see her in action.
Fantastic.
This is like amazing.
And I just have so much respect for her and her business and the way that she runs things and the light and joy that she brings into every room. Overall, the entire event was so great. By the time I was sort of fizzling out and like, I need food, I need hydration, I'm sort of over this now, it was fine because it was getting very crowded. You couldn't really get to the back sections anymore. We were done. So we went to lunch at about 3:00 and then we had a very long, boozy girls' lunch. But a little behind the scenes that I was mentioning to the girls at lunch and they did not realize, which makes me think that not enough people know about this. I know because my career started with PR as a background. So I knew already that in order to win an Allure Best of Beauty award, the brand has to submit an application. And that's per product. So it's not that as a brand, that's per product that they want to be reviewed for an award possibility. Each one of those applications costs money. I forget exactly how much, but it's not exactly cheap. I want to say it's around the $500 range per product that you'd like to apply for, but I will look into that more. Now, once those applications are done, you also have to gift everybody on the panel that is reviewing the product. So one of the big things about Allure Best of Beauty is that they review the products for months. I think maybe also a year. I have to look into that, but it's not just like, oh, they each try it once. It's like everybody takes it home. They have to use it. They check in. Like, it's a very elaborate testing process. Then the award winners win. Whoever gets selected gets selected. If you want to use that Allure Best of Beauty red sticker on the packaging for the product that wins, you have to pay Allure a licensing fee to get the usage rights for that little seal on your packaging. And I think that price is high and it's per year. And it's the same for if you want to use it digitally. So if you wanted to put the stamp of approval essentially on your e-commerce site, on an email, on social media, you have to pay to use that in addition to the application fee and everything that you've already done. So there you have it. That's the behind the scenes of how these things work. That's how the juice gets squeezed, my friends. This is how Allure is one of the only publications left to actually be in paper print because they have these prestigious awards that generate a lot of money for them in an industry that has a very high marketing budget. I hope that gives you a little behind the scenes. Not discouraging, it's just interesting that this is how these things work. I don't think that means that that it's necessarily rigged. I know there's a lot of conversation around like, does this brand deserve the award? I honestly don't think that the awards are rigged. I think that the products that are picked are rigorously tested. Is there some sway for advertisers? Probably. Is there a little bit of a disadvantage if you are an emerging brand? Definitely. If you're an emerging brand, you are at a disadvantage because most of you cannot pay for the application fee and on top of that do all the gifting and on top of that pay for the seal, and it's just like a never ending thing. So unless you're one of those brands who has launched with a lot of capital and backing, you're likely not going to be applying to tons of awards like these for a little bit. There you have it, beauty lovers. A little behind the scenes, a little recap of what it's like to go to the Allure Best of Beauty. Have you been to a event like this before? Did you go to Sephora or something else that might be local? Would love to hear about it. I'm so honored that I'm able to go to things like these, not only to be able to afford them, but living in New York, having access to it. Even more joyful that I was able to meet up with lip service members. If you are coming to the East Coast and you are hitting New York City in any realm, please let me know. Let's get in contact. I would love to meet you.